Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. It is wonderful to see you all today. If you're new here, go ahead and click that live chat button and feel free to introduce yourself. We're going to get things started off by building a beautiful crystal grid with all of your requests factored into it. For those of you who have been here before, thank you for returning and for your ongoing support. It really means the world. And if you happen to be watching this as a pre-recorded video, lots of love to you. If you would like to skip ahead to just the healing portion, start your journey at about the 1 hour mark and or where you see the lights begin to shift, and you'll be able to just relax and enjoy from wherever and whenever you happen to be here. So thank you all so much. I know that I wasn't able to do the stream last night, and that was Tuesday the 26th. There was an emergency in my building. Unfortunately, the water intake into my toilet, something went wrong with it. I was able to turn off the water valve to it, which is amazing. It would have been a catastrophe if I couldn't. But yeah, there were people here working on it into the late evening. So thank you so much for the last minute cancellation. I deeply appreciate it. But let's go ahead and dive right in. This is the one day of the week that I do have a hard stop time because I have a Reiki class after this. So let's go dive in and start building that beautiful crystal grid to all of you. Okay, awesome. So I did find our old oval piece here, and here I again have managed to set the camera crooked. There we go. Awesome. Let's go ahead and try it. Oh, I hear a Hattie. Let's go ahead and try things with just our spiral in the middle and see where we go. Apologies, I did end up kind of clobbering my fingers last night trying to get everything back into working order. There was lots of water all over the bathroom. Hey, can I help you? What's going on, little Hattie? You want to come up? Yes, no, maybe. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh. What's going on, little Hattie? You got your mittens? Yeah, you got your mittens. Yeah. Oh, hey, welcome back, Nicole, Jenny, Fiat Luna, Violet Integration, Patty and Key, Grace, I hope you're well. And I think I saw that Chris was in here earlier. Yeah, the message that Chris had left is cut off, so let me know if there's anything in there that I don't see. Let's see. Let's start building that grid. So we'll start with Grace. Yeah, let me know if Chris, if you're not in there, if anyone could take whatever, if there's any requests that Chris left, if you could go ahead and like paste them back into the chat, I'd super appreciate that. And just a heads up, through all of the travails of everything going on in my apartment last night, I managed to pull my back. So I'm a little like, not quite as mobile as normal. So apologies for not being quite so animated. But let's see, Grace, send Reiki to you and your intentions for getting this job, heart healing, and love. You got it. So let's definitely do some sunstone. We'll do some lapis. Heart healing, we'll do some rhodonite. And love, let's see, let's bring in some moonstone. And we'll get started there. So as usual, we're starting out the grid with copper. Copper helps to get the optimal energy flowing. It breaks up blockages, and it's a transmitter, and basically helps to carry energy and direct energy where it most needs to go in the energetic sense, as much as, you know, the same reason in the physical sense, like why we make wires out of it. So here is orange sunstone. Orange sunstone helps to expand our vision of our own potential and is so helpful with being seen, being recognized, also for lots of career opportunity and potential, being seen and noticed and recognized when you're promoting yourself, promoting your business as well. Really helpful for getting through phobias and also for trying to avoid anyone that would be manipulative around money or resources. So we'll go ahead and we'll bring that in. That is Orange Sunstone. Lapis is also very helpful for career opportunities. And in addition to career opportunities and just the possibility of moving upwards in terms of your career, this is also great for integrity, open, honest communication, good follow through on your promises and commitments, wonderful for personal responsibility, as well as working through things around, like, say, if you have an intention around disorganization and being more organized, lapis is a wonderful stone as well. But great for honest, open communication in a big way. Also for vertigo and hearing loss. It's very connected with the inner ear. Rhodonite is very helpful for healing a broken heart, healing a heart in general, whether it's breakup, divorce, whether it's loss and grief. Really, really helpful for both. It's also very connected with the lungs, as well as anything autoimmune, allergy related, very much asthma. Also helps with balancing the yin and yang in the body, healing things like insecurities, and for healing the lasting impact of emotional abuse. So that is rhodonite. Moonstone is helpful in all the ways that one would consider the moon. So this is one that can help with a connection to lunar energy. So if you're doing any kind of moon magic, this is the stone. But also everything the moon would be thought to connected with, which is intuition, awareness, connection to spirituality and ancient wisdom, wise woman and well woman traditions, very protective of women and protective of those who are traveling. This is a powerful attractor for love as well, and helps with connection to divine timing and trust in divine timing too. Also helps with releasing patterns that no longer serve. So that is Moonstone. Now the full moon is going to be Friday. It is going to be potent. I'm actually putting out a blog post tomorrow about it. If you're on my email list, you'll get it. And it is not one to be messed about with. It is very focused on everything Aries and Libra, and just a lot of peace and justice focus, but a lot of putting fire behind it to make that kind of happen. So yeah, definitely if you're working with the full moon energy, Moonstone for sure. So let's see. So I hope that all helps you. Grace, have an awesome day. Jenny, good to see you. Hey, Chris, and are you still upset? What's going on, m'lady? You want to come up? Yeah, that's a yes. Yeah, that's a yes. Oh, what's up, Patty? Oh, you're purring. Thank you for your purrs. Thank you for your purrs. Oh, you know I have a sore back. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Oh, thank you, Jenny. Aw, somebody is purring. Yes, yes. Yes. Okay. Aw, the kittens are hanging in there. Oh, the babies are out of NICU. Oh, good. Oh, that's wonderful to hear. Danny Marie, welcome in. Feel free to let us know if you have any intentions for your personal healing or greater good. I'm going to pick some crystals based on it. You can also request specific crystals, and if I have them, I'm happy to add them. Yeah, you got more purrs? Okay. All right, so let me keep on going. And Patty for heart healing, love, increase, supportive, local, loving people. and lots of divine intervention, guidance for increased energy, focus, joy for you, please, and key both. Okay. Okay, and you give some specific crystals too. Okay, so I'll wait till I get to that. I'll definitely get your crystals, Patty. And violet integration, heart healing, help with a broken heart, and patience until the next steps are revealed. Absolutely. Somebody is a little kitteny love bug today. Lots of kisses. Thank you, little Hattie. So for patience, we've got dumortierite. Broken heart, we already have rhodonite, so let's bring in some green onyx. Okay, and we'll bring in some bloodstone too. Dumortierite is wonderful for things like anger and resentment, as well as patience. It's a powerful, powerful patience stone. We're also going to send lots of love and healing to Jennifer Vatsa, who is moving, I think, today. So, wow, that's a lot. But yeah, this is wonderful for very chaotic energy too. It helps with tidiness, patience, and definitely with also any situation that might seem hopeless. This is seen as like a really supportive stone. Also helpful for ligaments and tendons. So we'll bring in dumortierite. Bring in that patience. Next we'll bring in bloodstone, which also goes by the name heliotrope. This is a stone of the heart and root chakra, mostly the heart, but really both. This helps with emotional despair. It really lifts like just utter despair, really heavy, heavy heart-centered energy. It brings a lot of emotional stamina and perseverance whenever you're struggling. It's definitely an emotional first aid type stone. It can help to alleviate self-doubt and be really encouraging, while also helping the mind, especially if you're trying to do any kind of spiritual work or meditation during this time and you find that your mind keeps wandering. Bloodstone can be really helpful there. But yeah, it's a wonderful emotional healing stone. So we'll go ahead and bring this in. So that is bloodstone, also goes by heliotrope. This is one that I often think of as it works with both the heart and the root. I often think of it as like when you have those heartaches that just leave you feeling like the rug's just been pulled out from underneath you. This is a great stone for that. It's like, it helps you find your center again. Next is green onyx, helpful for grief and sadness. Very uplifting, protective too, but very uplifting and really deeply soothing. It's good for even when we get to that place of like emotional shutdown. It helps us to move forward even though we're in significant emotional pain, and even helps us with decision making when we're really not in a position to be making decisions. Green onyx can come in this sort of darker green, or all the way up to like a barely pistachio kind of green. But onyx in general is always good for grief regardless of the color. This being green is very much the heart-centered focus of it, the emotional pain and emotional grief. So that's green onyx. And thank you for being here, and lots of love to you, Violet Integration. Fiat Luna, Jenny. Awesome. And let's see who else is coming in. Okay. Let's see. So for Patty, definitely honey calcite when I read your request. So honey calcite, fuchsite, red tiger eye peridot. Fuchsite, red tiger eye, peridot. Rose quartz, kunzite, amazonite, aquamarine. We already got the bloodstone. So rose quartz is very aligned with the heart center. This is a stone that helps to bring in an abundance of unconditional love and helps us to kind of recalibrate our entire heart center into what we feel is possible, what's surrounding us, and what we deserve. This also helps us in the long run to feel a little bit more readily able to let go of what no longer serves too, because it helps us to see that we do in fact deserve unconditional love. Amazonite is very helpful for self-care. In general, taking care of yourself and seeing how necessary that is, and seeing that you deserve that self-care just as much and in just as high a quality and caliber as the care you would show for those that you care about. It's also very connected with the spine and spinal nerves, so it's wonderful for pain relief in the spine and the back, and I can definitely use that today. So appreciate that request. So let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, Amazonite is one of my favorite stones for folks who are caretakers, so nurses, etc. There we go. Aquamarine helps with the body fluids as well as teeth and gums. This is one that helps with the feelings. It's wonderful for forgiveness, regardless of how that forgiveness shows up, like allowing someone to come back into your life or forgiving them and allowing them to move on their own path while you set a course for yourself. Whichever way it shows up for you, this is a wonderful stone to process that. Also helpful for like a May Justice Prevail kind of stone, which is very much wrapped up in the full moon of this Friday, and for just low vibe behavior like pettiness, the anti-Karen stone as we often call it here. That is aquamarine, so we will bring that in. Very much helps with those who work around people to kind of help deflect that energy of I'm cranky, I'm upset, so I'm going to take it out on whoever I can. Helps to keep that at bay. Fuchsite helps with bringing in fun just for the sake of fun, which can really fundamentally help us renew, regenerate, and restore from a very deep level. It can help us to shift into a place of reminding why we're here and why this earthly mission is important to us. So that's fuchsite. Also really helpful for carpal tunnel, spinal alignment, and sleep issues. Red tiger eye is probably the most protective stone that I have. This is good on the mundane level for folks that have it out for you in terms of picking on, bullying, anything like that, all the way up to the spiritual side of that, like malevolent spiritual work and that nature of thing. This is also a great stone if you're trying to call on financial abundance in a hurry. This is a good one to work with. So we'll go ahead and bring this in. That's red tiger eye. Peridot helps with breaking bad habits and cycles and patterns that are kind of getting in our way, the ways in which we trip ourselves up generally. Also helps with shoring up those friendships that help us to be the best version of ourselves. Wonderful for digestion, whether it's IBS or acid reflux and anything in between, all the way up to anger and jealousy. So that is peridot. To sprinkle some in there. Woo. And honey calcite is wonderful for optimism during times of change. Most importantly for us, this is a stone we lean on quite a bit for attracting the best possible folks for us to connect with right here and now. This is a stone that helps to harmonize and heal the solar plexus and the sacral in equal measure. The sacral is our center of relationships and how we relate to others in the world around us. The solar plexus is our center of personal will, self-identity, and standing up for ourselves, following what we want, our motivations in life. So it's very balancing between where I start and others stop and vice versa. So that is honey calcite. So whether you're setting new intentions or starting a new job or moving or anything like that, this is a stone to help set that intention, that you're going to find the people that are most aligned with where you are and where you're going right now. So there we go, honey calcite. Okay. And let's also do Septarian fluorite bloodstone. Septarian is also calling my name today. I was hanging out with Septarian last night and today while I was writing. Septarian is wonderful for muscle spasms and muscle pain, as well as skin wounds and lesions, especially things that are resistant to physical healing. This helps to support deep emotional change, including and especially when we really need to feel vulnerable. It can be very supportive. As I was just talking about that solar plexus, that center of self, this is a wonderfully empowering stone of that center. Really helps us see the deep underlying causes, beliefs, and habits that we have that kind of lead us astray, that we don't otherwise notice or see are there. And that's what I mean when I say shadow work. It's the mental emotional patterns that hold us back. So we'll bring this in. That is again Septarian. Let's go ahead and put you here, put you here. Dragonstone or dragon's blood, I've heard it called both. It is this beautiful red and kind of greenish color there. This is great for things like grief and loss, especially to keep us from getting into that, to process grief and be grieving. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a healthy process. But then there's also a tendency that we have where we might get stuck in kind of self-pity. This helps make sure that we're less likely to do that. This helps with optimism and happiness, but also with patience with yourself, learning from your mistakes and moving on. Wonderful for the immune and nervous systems, as well as the thyroid. But it really gives us a lot of strength and courage to change. So wonderful for shifting into someone new, if that's your intention, or for personal growth. So that is dragon's blood or dragon's stone. Fluorite helps with very chaotic energy, which, spoiler alert, is definitely coming at us. Friday is no joke. So yeah, fluorite is also wonderful for new mamas and newborns. So this will definitely go with intention to Jenny's sister-in-law and the babies. Great for organizing yourself and your life when the world around you is experiencing chaos, to kind of be the eye of the storm, but very relaxing otherwise. So that is fluorite. Let's go ahead and put that out here. And it naturally forms in these beautiful octahedrons. There we go. And thank you so much for being here, Patty. I will definitely think of some others. The first one that jumped out when I read your intentions was absolutely honey calcite. So, Jennifer Vatsa, good to see you. We were just talking. I was just putting it out there like, hey, Jen's moving today. Like, my goodness. Pain and inflammation getting settled into the new place, enjoying peace and quiet. Oh, I hope that works well for you. Definitely pain and inflammation is another thing that lapis can do, but I'll get some other ones in there. Peace and quiet. Love to you too. We will send this healing to reach you too. All the best to you in your move. All the best to you in your move. And oh yeah, and thank you for the reminder, Patty. Everyone hit that like button if you haven't already. Very much helps the stream. Okay, so let's see what's next. I'm gonna get everyone's requests. I'm just gonna try to go top to bottom. Okay, good stuff. Nicole, I would love to have some healing for my perseverance and emotional strength as I start these new jobs, as I begin to build my own business that I am determined to do for once. Congratulations. There's great stones for that. Some really great stones for that. First is picture jasper. Picture jasper helps with envisioning future potential. And this helps you basically like envision the future of that venture. And this is like big time potential, like seeing things in a really macro level, that really big expansive kind of way of looking at things. Very helpful for new ventures, adventures on a physical level, helpful for the kidneys, also helps to relieve stress and feelings around hidden fears, and wonderful for moves abroad, exploring new cultures and new ways of looking at things. So that is picture jasper. This is very much aligned with starting something new like that, but also wonderful if you're looking to like plan a vacation or a big change in your life. Can be really helpful. I recently did crystals and Reiki session for someone who was getting ready for their retirement journey, and that was a stone that came out. Another one that's really helpful for entrepreneurship is tiger eye. This is probably my favorite stone to use for something like this. One, it's very protective, but two, it helps with courage and strength and balance, all things you definitely need, but also helps with that like kind of bird's eye view of something, that big picture thinking that entrepreneurs really need. This is very much aligned with entrepreneurship. Helps with, as I said, protection, but specifically against things like envy and jealousy, and can be wonderful for study and research. So if you're doing any kind of research on marketing or suppliers or anything like that, this can be very, very helpful for that. Also, if you're studying, working towards a degree or anything, tiger eye is a superb stone to work with. It's very much aligned with things like detective work, taking large, vast amounts of information and organizing them so you get to where you need to go. So that's tiger eye. And I'm also going to bring in some bumblebee jasper. I was thinking to bring this in for Patty too, so I think it's good for both of you. This one helps with mental focus and physical energy. It helps with balancing yin and yang energies within the body, and also aids in decision making. Wonderful for kind of like getting excited, getting to work, sinking your teeth into the goals and things that you have lined up for you. Brings a lot of positivity, a lot of courage, and a ton of motivation. So this is bumblebee jasper. This has large amounts of sulfur as well as arsenic. So definitely be careful with that one. So all the best to you. I just celebrated 15 years in business, so I hope that all the luck of that finds you too. So Chris, we've got a bunch for you too. So we've got moonstone already. We've got rose quartz already. Let's bring in a bunch of these. So we've got lapis already. Rhodochrosite. Blue apatite. And Jenny, I did see your request for blue apatite too, so I'm bringing that in. Herkimer carnelian sapphire. Herkimer carnelian sapphire. Okay, so let's start there. Herkimer helps with manifesting and with intuition. This is also a stone that helps you to be in the present moment, which is really important if you are manifesting. This is a stone that can help you to, in a way, sit with where you are, enjoy where you are. You're not just constantly jumping to the next thing. Helps too with harmonizing really unbalanced and discordant energy, and is wonderful for metabolism as well. So that is Herkimer diamond, which is actually a type of clear quartz that we see coming from the Herkimer, New York region. Carnelian is a wonderful stone of relationships, just as we mentioned the sacral chakra earlier. Here we are. That's carnelian. This helps with relationships in large part, like really how we relate to other people as well as the world around us. This can help us with love and romance as well as sexuality, fertility. It's also helpful for colds, allergies, and wound healing. Helpful too for attracting your spiritual soulmate type relationship, and for anything involving like shaking off apathy and laziness too. So that is carnelian. Helpful of all relationships, not just the romantic ones, but definitely helpful with the romantic ones. Okay. Sapphire is a very high vibrational stone of channeling and mediumship. This stone helps on the mundane level with things like speedy justice, as well as channeling mediumship to connection to the angels. Wonderful for the thyroid, eyes, and ears, as well as for supporting folks with dementia, the individual who has it, as well as those who care for them. So we'll bring this in. If you do any kind of channel mediuming, anything like that, sapphire is a very high vibrational stone. It definitely would be helpful to have a good balancing and grounding type of routine to use along with it. Rhodochrosite helps with all kinds of mother-child bonds. So it helps with like young infants and their mothers, as well as any kind of older wounds hanging out in the maternal kind of area. Helpful for the heart and circulation, as well as connecting to the ancestors and even our deceased animal companions. Very helpful for headaches, as well as asthma, very connected with the lungs. So that is rhodochrosite. A little different from rhodonite. Garnet helps with organization and courage and strength in times of change. It's a very practical stone. It's one that really uses our mind to think of new ways to do the things we've done for a while, or new things in ways that are most respectful of our time and energy. It helps with creativity in seeing those new ways come about, and also really helpful for organization in every way you could think of it. But yeah, very, very stabilizing, very balancing energy. It is January's birthstone, and it has a very Capricorn type vibe. And so there we go. Blue apatite, as funny as it may sound, is actually very much related to our relationship to food. This is whether we want to gain weight, lose weight, or just shift how we relate to food and the role it plays in our lives, and how we hold space for it in our lives, how we connect to the food that we eat. This is also wonderful for learning about our soul's purpose and having the courage to walk along with that purpose. Helpful for our auric field, our energy field, in that it kind of clears it and seals it and protects it, while also making it a lot harder to accidentally take on energy that doesn't belong to us. Wonderful for peace and harmony too. So that is blue apatite. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this around. So lots of love to you, Chris and Jenny, for that one. And aventurine kind of lays an excellent groundwork for the orange moonstone we worked with earlier. This helps us to expand our vision of who we are and what we're capable of. If you tend to sell yourself short, this is a stone to work with. It helps with heart rhythms, allergies, and eye problems as well. But in general, it's very encouraging, especially with like, can I learn this? Can I do that? Am I capable of? Yawn snuck up on me out of nowhere. Okay, there we go. So that is green aventurine. There we go. Okay. And Light and emerald. So I picked the rest of your crystals. We will get to them. I'm just going to bounce around to some other folks' intentions too, but I've got all the crystals here. Thank you so much for being here, Chris. It's wonderful to see you, and thanks for your ongoing support. And hey, Lisa, I hope you're doing well. Okay, let's see. Sleep and eating for the twins and sister-in-law. Okay, cool. So let's do some sleep and eating for them. The blue apatite will help, but also for sleep, let's bring in some labradorite. Labradorite is a really strong healer for better sleep. So that is labradorite, which is also really helpful for bringing about workplace harmony and kind of smoothing out rough edges between people. Wonderful for clairvoyance, which is our spiritual sight. Very, very helpful for detailed attention to things. So this kind of goes hand in hand with tiger eye in some ways. It can be really helpful when you need to look through a lot of information and find kind of the needle in the haystack of things. Also really helpful for study, as well as helping to discourage disputes. So it can be really helpful in things like customer service type things. So let's go ahead and bring this in. But yeah, here we're really working with it for enhanced sleep. So let's bring this in. And good stuff. Okay, cool. So good to hear. And definitely the rhodochrosite will be really helpful for them too. And Jenny, appetite for the binge eating help, focus on dedication to your path of alignment. Definitely blue apatite, which you had requested, and I definitely put that in. Let's also do dedication to your path of alignment. Let's bring in some chrysocolla. Ooh. I woke up Hattie. How dare I? Chrysocolla is found very close to malachite, azurite, and copper. This helps with making decisions that are most aligned with our soul's purpose and helps us along the path of following our soul's purpose and bringing it alive. It can help to encourage you all along the way. So we'll bring that in. Also helps with creative connection to those aspects too. So all the best to you, Jenny. And Chris, you feel overwhelmed at work, so you need stress relief and energy. Energy, definitely bumblebee jasper. Shungite. Here we go. This helps with tissue repair and physical recovery after being sick or injured, but this is a powerful one for relieving stress and breaking any kind of emotional blockages too. Really helpful for also releasing emotional pain and just clearing the energy field. So hope that this helps you with stress from work. This is one too that also helps when it comes to, let's do this. This is a really helpful stone when we're talking about things like electromagnetic fields. If you're someone that gets really tired or just feels kind of off or strange after you've been around electromagnetic fields, shungite can be really helpful to balance that energy. My goodness, I am so full of yawns today. let's see. I hope that that helps, Chris. And aw, thanks, Jenny. Sometimes we just sort of know, but usually there's a lot of overlap between what we need, right? Crystals to help with dream work would be great. Labradorite for sure is really helpful. Also iolite, which was also requested by Chris. This helps us with intuitive sleep disturbances, but also with our connection to our intuition. Wonderful too with sleep in general, but yeah, this is one a lot of folks use for dream work. Also good for weight loss if anyone has an intention for that, as well as money management and fever. So that's iolite. And next is prehnite. Prehnite helps to facilitate spiritual learning and teaching, whether you're the teacher or the student. It helps with to kind of calm a wandering mind during meditation and spiritual work too, but it really helps with prophecy, lucid dreaming, divination. Definitely dream work is included in that, and helpful also for those of us who find it difficult to refuse unfair demands. This is a really helpful stone, and this is prehnite. So I hope that this helps you, and welcome in. Ooh, there we go. So we'll put prehnite right on top of rose quartz. Also, let's see, one that Chris requested that could be helpful here too is pyrite. So pyrite is fool's gold, and we like to think that it calls in the real gold. So it's great for manifesting financial abundance. Also really helpful for balancing logic and intuition, as far as opening to that intuition and also keeping us safe and protected. It can be almost a double-edged sword, like, yes, I want to hear, but only these things. Pyrite can hold the space for both. Great for the brain and memory, the lungs, and also anything that, like side effects of radiation poisoning. This is very connected with. So I hope that this helps too. Those intuitive connections on that stone are really helpful. Okay. And awesome. Thank you for being here. And I'm here 5 times a week. You can always come back and hang out with us. All right, so for Jennifer, pain and inflammation, getting settled, and enjoying the peace and quiet. So let's do let's bring in some malachite. This is really helpful for pain and inflammation. Also helpful for moving really difficult emotions through the heart and letting go of things that just don't serve any longer. It helps with processing deep emotional stuff, even really, really deep emotional stuff, and also helps to soothe depression and anxiety, of course, to a point. Nothing I do is a replacement for any kind of treatment for anything. Also helpful for inflammation, so very much helpful there, including arthritis, very much linked with support for the liver, the pancreas, the spleen, and for fears, especially around flying, but really any kind of phobias. So this is malachite. So let's see if we can. There we go. So there's some malachite. And there's some malachite. So we're all in balance there. Good stuff. So that will work there. Getting settled into the place. Trying to think of what would help for like getting settled into your new place. Let's bring in some snowflake obsidian. This is wonderful for things like themes around things like guilt, recognizing our patterns that get in our own way so we can deal with them, get them out of our way, and just walk forward in life, not held back by the past, or at least not as held back by the past. It can really calm a lot of overstimulation, and what could possibly be more overstimulating than moving, home, and business, as Jen is. Helps with mind, body, spirit balance, and with hope after loss, which I know for a few of you this is definitely right on the head for you. But generally, serenity and peace are huge for snowflake obsidian. This is also one that helps with clairaudience, and that's your spiritual hearing. So let's go ahead and bring this in here and here for now. And whoop. And anything else? Let's also bring in some green calcite because moving is stressful. Green calcite can be really helpful for calm, relaxing, reassurance. If you're dealing with a lot of anxiety, either around something or just that's kind of your normal default, whatever the case may be, this can kind of help unwind it emotionally, but also physically. When we're really anxious, we can hold a lot of physical tension in the body. Green calcite helps us to unwind that physical tension as well, which can totally lend itself to having more energy and having less pain. Really helpful for laughter at your own expense too, as well as your physical heart. So let's go ahead and bring this in. Trying to think of the best way. Let's put it kind of opposite where we put our snowflake obsidian. So all the best to you, Jen, whenever you get a chance to see this. Oh, plus thanks for all the boxes. They were all put to good use. Oh, good. Yeah, Jen and I, up until like today, lived just a few blocks from each other. And so I moved into my apartment and was like, hey, Jen, I have all these boxes. Would you like them? So definitely things getting used and reused. Yeah. And of course, Jennifer provided a cat condo in her move for my cats. So there's that too. So all about West Philly, using, reusing, and sharing alike. Love it. Let's see what else we got. Lisa, I hope you're doing well. Your mother's fighting something again, possibly COVID again. No. She's healing from my sister's sight. Okay, your brother's heart and everyone's arthritis. Arthritis, definitely malachite. COVID again, no. Okay, let's bring in some moss agate. This helps with all kinds of infections and illnesses. Very, very important in Chinese medicine for exactly that. This helps us to connect with nature and let go of fears of the unknown. On a spiritual level, it's very, very powerful. It helps with things like connecting to the higher self, doing any kind of inner child work. Also wonderful for connection to unconditional love and connection to spirit, just knowing that you're not here alone. So we'll bring that in. And for your sister's sight, we definitely have aventurine and sapphire, both of which help the sight. Your brother's heart, rhodochrosite is helpful. And unakite is helpful. So unakite is wonderful for the heart and circulation. To a point, circulation is helped by aquamarine as well, but unakite really helps with that. Also helpful for quitting smoking and anything having to do with women's hormones at any point in her life, but particularly fertility, pregnancy, and postpartum. Also just labor and delivery too. So that's unakite. Also wonderful for metabolism. So let's go ahead and put unakite here alongside, let's put it alongside moonstone. Okay. And yeah, everyone's arthritis. Let's also bring in, for arthritis, let's also bring in blue lace agate. This can help tension headache, sore throats, and even skin allergies, but this is a wonderful stone when it comes to saying things that are really emotionally challenging to say, and also if you need to say something that someone else might have difficulty hearing. This helps you to kind of soften the words. Wonderful for fractures and arthritis for sure. Ooh. So that is blue lace agate. And for you, something in support of finances, practical matters, and business. Let's do citrine, which was also requested by Chris. So let's see what we got here. So this helps with, citrine is a potent stone of financial abundance and manifesting financial support and money in general. It's helpful for also balancing logic as well as intuition, and with things like addictions and compulsions. This can help too with making the best decisions with the resources you do have. Also wonderful for things like nausea and fibromyalgia. So that is citrine. So let's go ahead and bring this in here and here. Actually, let's do, there we go. Yeah, citrine is well known for its financial abundance. Okay, and Lisa, whenever you're seeing this, all the best to you. Kanta, I hope you're well. Okay, so Lisa and Nicole are both asking for business stuff, so I'm actually going to bring in some cinnabar. So cinnabar is the red that you see right here on this specimen. And into the grid, I'm going to add this one, which is just the red that you see here. So cinnabar is actually mercury. Yeah, mercury, which is super toxic. We need to be really careful with it, which is why these specimens don't have a ton in them. Essentially, this was used for thousands of years by humankind. I mean, way back we've been using this with little understanding, if any understanding, of how toxic it was to us. And this was long considered the merchant stone, thought to attract customers to a store or business. So very much a money manifester for businesses. So the merchant stone, cinnabar. So let's see, for now we'll put that here. We'll see what else we put out. And yeah, so that'll help attract clients to our businesses. For Patty, cancer support, someone you know, please. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Let's bring in some rutilated quartz. This is quartz with rutils going through it. This helps direct energy. It helps break up blockages. And it's long been thought of as a stone to help with sort of the best healing intentions for someone who's dealing with cancer. It's thought to, again, focus that energy, but also give a lot of energy where they may be depleted. So we'll bring this in. And let's do here. And here. Yeah, let's do this and this. Kanta is requesting some help with Ganesha time, removal of limitations, shift positive movement, and 1, 2, 3, go. This is Zoisite. This is very much a remover of obstacles and also release of negativity. This can help with facing problems and setbacks and challenges and all of that stuff, and like knocking those things off of your to-do list without getting really daunted by them. Also helps to bust through procrastination. Also wonderful for like breaking through sluggishness, and it can help with things like fertility and seasonal affective disorder too. So that is Zoisite. So let's go ahead and put a big old piece here. And then the last two will be Chris's last two requests. One is Ruby. This helps with courage to be yourself, as well as leadership skills and management acumen. Helps with fibromyalgia, love, and fertility also. So that's Ruby. Bring that in. Ruby is a very hard stone. Ruby and sapphire are in the same family of stones called corundum, and they are a 9 on the Mohs hardness scale, where diamond is a 10. So they are very, very sturdy indeed. And emerald, which can be very helpful for skin and tissue and kind of reinvigorating our passions in life. Wonderful for breathing, the lungs, upper respiratory, everything. And for helping us get back our self-confidence around our bodies, especially things that we may have been teased about or picked on about. So let's go ahead and bring in emerald. And where shall we place you? Let's place you beside malachite. So now we're going to go ahead and get into the healing, but first I'm going to quickly explain a little bit of what Reiki is and how it works for anyone who's new. And while I do that, you can help me powerfully lift the energy of the room that you're in and the space that we're sharing by just going on ahead, taking in a deep breath in and out, thinking of the things that you're grateful for. And if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and click that live chat button. Definitely hit the like button if you haven't already. But we're going to start by sharing all the things that we're grateful for. So whether we take that deep breath in and just reflect, or ideally head on into the chat and share them out loud, that the power of gratitude lifts energy so powerfully, you'll be doing great. So go ahead and do that. I'm going to quickly explain all about Reiki, how to make the most of your session, and then we're going to get right into the healing. So thank you for being here. So thanks again so much for being here. It's an honor and a privilege always to have you here and to share everything with you. I absolutely thoroughly enjoy doing Reiki, and if you want to learn more about my live online Reiki certification classes, if you want to schedule your own one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or want to shop my Reiki charged crystals, there is a 15% coupon off of almost everything that I just listed. It is 15 years, all one word, 15 years, because it's my 15th anniversary of teaching Usui Reiki. But that coupon code is only good through the 1st of October 2023. So definitely head over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com if you want to learn more in my live classes, if you want to schedule a one-on-one healing, do some tarot, or shop my crystals. So learnreikiphiladelphia.com. 15 years, 15 years with an S at the end, all together, at my website will save you 15% on almost everything, including sessions and even Reiki 1 and 2 classes that are scheduled to take place in 2023. So what is Usui Reiki? Well, The term Reiki is basically become a catch-all term for energy healing. And specifically, I work with what's known as Usui Reiki, which is a particular method and approach created by Mikao Usui in the early 1920s in Japan, at a really difficult time in their history where teaching anything that even remotely looked like religion was definitely a no. This is a very spiritual yet completely secular approach to connecting with spiritual and soul energy, connecting with it and directing it to yourself and to others to support our natural healing, balance, and well-being. So essentially, the understanding of energy that is the foundation of Usui's techniques. For that, we can really best look to Shintoism. Shintoism is the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which everyone and everything has a soul, and all of those souls are interconnected, inextricably linked. And that spirit, however you would define it in this case, really supports that soul energy, not only supplying us what we need, but also more than that, allowing our body, mind, and spirit to naturally come into a place of balance and well-being in a way that's best for us in one moment or the next. And even if we're not aware of this energy or have a conscious idea of what it is, nonetheless, our body, mind, and spirit are working with it on an ongoing basis. So essentially today what I'll be doing is using Usui's techniques to connect to this energy and direct more of it to you whenever and wherever you happen to be, to help your body, mind, and spirit do what they're already doing to support you right now. So during this session, you may physically feel some energy like rise up. You may feel some different sensations in your physical body. Emotions may rise up or be released. Mentally, you may hear your subconscious or be able to logically think some things through you've been struggling with. Spiritually, you may get some intuitions or just a sudden sense of clarity or just sort of a settled knowingness about what's next. And of course, you may just have a really beautiful nap, and that would be nice too. But more than anything, this is going to look like the perfect blend of all of those things that suits you right today, here and now. So how do you make the most of it, or what do you do? Well, you don't need to do anything. If you're here, you already have an open heart and mind to the Reiki. So just go ahead and allow it to flow. If you want to, what I usually suggest is that you sit up or lay down in a position that feels physically comfortable to you, which can be anywhere and anyhow, on the bed, on the floor, in your chair, doesn't matter. Go ahead, close your eyes, and just see what you notice. You don't have to focus on anything, and you don't have to keep your mind silent. However you show up for Reiki, it is there for you. Also, if you don't want to stay still, that's totally fine. Feel free to stretch, bend, move, listen to music, journal, throw down some cards. Whatever feels right for you in this moment is the perfect way to enjoy some Reiki. Whether you're cooking dinner or gardening, you're in the right place. So during the session, I am going to go ahead and turn the music up. If you want to learn more about our musical creator, check the bottom of the description for the link to her YouTube channel, and her website. I'm also going to turn down the lights, which you'll notice kind of move slowly and gently from one color to the next, but at no point will they flash or strobe. At the end of the 25-minute session, you'll hear my voice come back in. I'll invite you to take a deep breath in and out, and then I'll be able to re-engage with chat, and you can share with me whatever you may have felt or ask any questions you may have. One of the cool things about Reiki is that it's everywhere all the time. It's not bound by our dimension and being in one place at one time like we are. It can literally be everywhere all the time. So whenever you're finding this video, the Reiki is there to help support you in your healing path. And you can just enjoy whenever you happen to have found this video. For those of you who are here live, if ever you feel like you need a Reiki session and I'm not live, go ahead and check out the past healing live stream. You can even fast forward to the healing if you want or need to, and just absorb and enjoy and have a wonderful time, because it's always here for you. And I'm here for you live 5 times a week, same days, same times, every week. So you can always come in and get some self-care. Just make it part of your weekly routine. We have an amazing crew of people that hang out here. It's like lightning in a bottle. I really do love all the love and support that you show each other as well as me. It means the world, so thank you. So let's go ahead and get into the Reiki healing and take a look at that crystal grid we built together first. Ta-da! Let's see. Still getting used to this new setup here. I feel like I'm constantly adjusting the cameras, so thank you for those of you who are patient with me while I do that. Ooh, good job, everybody. Okay, let's go ahead and move my little self down here. Oh, nice work. You all really helped to inspire this beautiful grid, and thank you all for that. Our energies are far more complementary to one another, and while our individual situations may be completely different, the larger themes underlying them are a lot more similar than we ever like to notice. So thank you all for being here. Oh, thank you, Nicole. I'm so glad that you're here. Oh, wonderful. The time difference can be a little different everywhere. I also do have a Friday stream at 4 p.m. I don't know if that day is different for you too, but yeah, the later ones can be a little harder for folks in other time zones for sure. But I'm glad that you're here now. And thank you. I'm so thankful for all of you. Thank you all so much. So let's go ahead, get nice and comfy. I'm going to go until 5:30. Because that's when I have to take off to go do my Reiki class and teach. So everyone go ahead and get nice and comfy in whatever way works for you. Thank you so much for being here and enjoy the Reiki. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes if you need. Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor and a privilege to share this healing with all of you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. Hi, Catherine. Lots of love to you. I hope you enjoy this again when you're watching it. Oh, cool, Nicole. I've been thinking about actually moving this stream up in terms of time, maybe to start it like an hour earlier, maybe 2 hours earlier. So yeah, be in touch. But wow, in Berlin, awesome. You're not the only person from Europe that joins us, but yeah, I think having a couple of earlier streams might help. At least to help you guys, and we have some regulars from Ireland too. But yeah, I think that might help you all to enjoy with us. Hello. Oh, Hattie. Hattie Bumble Hattie. Take that nap. Oh. Oh, I'm glad, Danny Marie. Oh, and the kitty is purring. I'm so glad you could enjoy it, Danny. Yeah, I'm here 5 times a week. You're always invited. My regular stream schedule, I think, is listed on the page, on the like on the regular page. It's also listed in the description of every video. So it's Tuesdays at 8 p.m., Wednesdays at 4 p.m., Fridays at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m., and Sundays at 8 p.m., and all those are East Coast U.S. time. But I am looking to maybe shift, at least, I'm thinking the Tuesday one up a little earlier. Oh. Oh, little kitten is purring. Oh, it's so good to see you, Patty. Lots of love to you and Key. And, yeah, thank you all so much for being here with me. It means the world. I will be back Friday. Friday is going to be one heck of a full moon. The energy is going to be wild. I'm sending out, I'll be doing a blog tomorrow and sending it out as an email. So sign up for my email newsletter if you would like that. It's listed in the description. There's a link, and you'll get that tomorrow. And, yeah, let me know if you have any other questions. And like I said, I'll be here Friday, but all the best to all of you. Thank you so much for being here. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Take care, and bye for now.